Hello everyone, welcome to Serendipity in Quarantine. Today we are going to see 9th standard polity NCERT and the first chapter, which is called What is Democracy and Why Democracy. So in this chapter we will be seeing what is the actual definition of democracy and why it is important for our country. So general definition of democracy is it is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people. So this is the general definition, but we know that there are many other features of democracy which makes it a whole comprehensive definition. See this picture. I like this NCERT because beautiful pictures and cutouts from newspaper are given here, and these cartoons explain the concept very clearly. So this picture is regarding Iraq. So in Iraq, when elections were held, there was presence of US army there. So this picture highlights that army is influencing the democracy, hence M is given in capital. So is this really purely democracy? We'll see below. So what are the features of democracy? So we know that democracy is form of government in which rurals are elected by people. So who are these rurals and how the election take place and who are these people? So let's see. Consider in Pakistan there was General Pervez Musharraf who led military coup. It means that he overthrew the democratically elected government and declared rule of army, in which he declared himself chief executive of the country. So after that he took elections and the party was elected, but it was all major decisions were taken by him himself. So those who were elected did not have any power. So was it clearly democratic? See this picture. It is regarding Syria. Syria is an Asian country in which Baath party was ruling, and some of its small allies were only the parties allowed to stand for election in the country. So here they show that only these party leaders were allowed to get elected. So not everyone had right to be elected. So was it clearly democracy? In Latin America, this picture shows that this is ballot box. So this shows that votes were influenced or forced by military powers. So was it clearly democratic? So this is a form of dictatorship or monarchy in which one leader decides what will be the decisions for whole country. But contrary, in democracy, the final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people. So this is the first feature of democracy. Let us see second feature. We'll see example of China. In China, before contesting election, candidates need to approval of Chinese Communist Party, and only those who are members of Chinese Communist Party or 8 smaller parties allied to the party are allowed to contest for elections. So this government always formed by the Communist Party. Hence it was indirectly dictatorship, or we can call it as pseudo democracy. So in China, elections were not the part of the In China, election do not offer people any serious choice, and they have to choose a ruling party and candidates approved by it. So holding election of any kind was not sufficient. So for pure democracy, it must be based on free and fair elections where those currently in power have fair chances of losing, in which it means that if a party is not doing good, then people should have right to overthrow that party by electing another party. Then third feature is one person, one vote. Previous classes we read about universal adult franchise. It means that in democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. Let us see this example. In Saudi Arabia, until 2015, women did not have right to vote. In Fiji, which is an island country, electoral system is such that vote of an indigenous Fiji has more value than that of Indian Fiji. During British rule, many Indians migrated to Fiji, so they had less value of vote than those originally from Fiji. So is it now in our country? No. In our country, everyone has right to vote and each vote counts at one value. It means that everyone is treated equally. See this picture. This shows that in Iraqi election, after Saddam Hussein's regime was overthrown, he was a dictator, then everyone got one vote. So here people are happy because there is one man, one vote, but this shows that Hussein was not happy because he had only his vote was important in his rule. Let us see next feature. Rule of law and respect for rights. For example, in Zimbabwe, there was a white minority rule and it was overthrown after freedom struggle. Then its leader Robert Mugabe, he ruled party since independence. Though Mugabe was popular, but his practice of elections was unfair. So he was like a dictator. Though he was popular and accepted by people, but the country was not democratic. As there was public election and demonstration against government was declared illegal. Government harassed those journalists who went against it. So there was no right to freedom of expression. So in democracy, there should be freedom to think, to have opinions, to express these in public, to form associations, to protest and take other political actions, and everyone should be equal in the eyes of law. Recently we saw public unrest and protest against the government passed act CAA. So this shows that in our country people have right to protest. Journalists have right to take opinion against the government. This is one of the famous picture. It showed that in China there was a Tiananmen massacre in which students were massacred for protesting against the government. This picture shows the real picture, cartoon version. This was just an honest student and he was threatened by military tanks. And here we can see that in China, popular internet websites like Yahoo, Google, Cisco, even Facebook are banned. So here people don't have freedom to express and freedom to information through internet. So it is not a feature of democracy. In democracy, role of judiciary is also important as its order are obeyed by everyone and it helps in maintaining the rule of law. So democratic government rules within the limits set by constitutional laws and citizens' rights. So let us have the summary of this definition. So democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people. Also, these rulers which are elected by people take all major decisions. These decisions are taken at legislative assemblies like Lok Sabha, then Vidhan Sabha, etc. Elections offer choice and fair opportunity to the people to change the current rulers. Then these choices and opportunities available to all people on equal basis. and exercise of these choice leads to government limited by basic rules of the constitution and citizens' right. But why we need democracy? So there are some arguments against democracy. First we'll see that. So in democracy, leaders keep changing as the government changes. So this leads to instability. Democracy is all about political competition and power of play. One can also say that democracy leads to delays, and elected leaders do not know the best interests of people, so it leads to bad decision, or sometimes it leads to corruption because of the electoral competition. So why we need democracy and why we are fighting for democracy? So we'll see some of the arguments for democracy. So there is one example that in the year of 1981 there was famine. In the year of 1956 and 1961 there was famine in China and as well as in India. But nearly 3 crore people died of famine in China, but compared to it, very few people died in India. So why was that? It was because of the different policies of these two governments. So Indian government responded to food scarcity in different ways that Chinese government did not responded. So this was because we had an opposition party and press to free to criticize the government. So this scared the government and they took action for the needs of the people. So democratic government is the best government because it is more accountable form of government, as it takes in account what are the needs of its people, who are its future voters. Also the decisions are taken not by one person but rather after consultation and discussion. So it reduces chances of rash or irresponsible decision, and thus democracy improves the quality of decision making. And democracy provides method to deal with differences and conflicts. So after a complete comprehensive decision, any decision is taken by democratic government. Hence people who are belonging to different regions, who speak different languages and practice different religions, having different castes, all are represented in this government. So no one person is left behind and decision is taken without any discrimination. So in democracy, no one is permanent winner or no one is permanent loser. So this also improves the quality of social life as everyone is given equal importance by the government. Hence democracy enhances the dignity of citizen, and hence democracy is based on principles of political equality, also social equality. So finally, democracy is better than the other forms of government like dictatorship or monarchy, and it forms government because it allows to correct its own mistakes. We have provisions like we provide amendment in our constitution as required by the current situation. Hence it allows to correct its mistake. So there is space for public discussion on these mistakes, hence the mistakes can be highlighted. Hence democracy is correct form of government as compared to other forms. So if you like this video, please share, like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next lecture.